The iGrow 1400 series controller can support up to 5 temperature probes for measuring air or water temperatures. Bottom heat, boilers, mixing valves, and microzones are some of the few reasons temp probes are needed. The probes can be connected to any analog input between 1 and 5 on the circuit board. First, you want to go ahead and mount and hang your sensor in your desired locations, and then run the free end of the sensor cable to the controller unit. You may extend the sensor cable as needed, but make sure watertight adapters are used to protect your splicing. Note, water or fertilizer infiltration within the splicing will cause unstable sensor readings, so be careful. You also want to keep the sensor cables away from interference sources, motors, high voltage, power wiring, inverters, fans, because placing sensor cables near such wiring may cause erratic sensor readings. Once you have the cable at the controller, you want to open the front panel, exposing the back side of the PCB where your terminal blocks are located. And you want to also carefully insert the cable through the far right watertight fitting. Now at the back side of the PCB, you would land your wires as follows. Use an AIN1 as an example. You would install on AIN1 the white wire, the negative of AIN1 the black wire, and you would install on Vout the red wire. After installing the sensor, we want to go ahead and close the controller and power the controller back up. Next we have to map the sensor. From the home screen, just simply hit Enter Menu, System Setup, and hit Next till you get to Setup Inputs. And for this example, we have the end temp set to analog input 1, where our temp probe is installed on. If you continue to hit Next, you have other locations where you can in fact install probes on, such as your backup sensor for in temp, and also temp 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 can be used to install sensors on as well. And then in your programming, just simply map your equipment programming, may it be a mixing valve or a microzone, to the specific temp probe mapping locations. And once you have mapped the temp probe, just simply hit back till you get to the home screen, and now you have a temperature displayed at 79.2 degrees Fahrenheit. You can easily test this probe by changing the temperature around it. You could place the probe in the palms of your hands, rubbing it together. By doing that, that in fact creates heat on the probe itself. As you can see, the heat's increasing. You could also blow a fan on the probe. That will decrease the temperature as well. Once satisfied with your sensor testing, simply add more sensors. After each test, remember, unplug the unit to continue installing your other additional sensors. And that's our video in installing analog temp probes with the iGrow 1400